Welcome back to the CIS Minor. My name is Tom. Joining me is Hugo, and we are going into the final map. We've already seen two. Now we're on to dust2. And, well, let's be honest. This is the best place this could have ended.
Yeah, I think we're kind of just jumping straight into the pistol round, though, it seems. So
I
we
can
should
hear the
be
sound,
getting,
but
yeah, we
you
should
can
be
see my
getting into that. I can
faces.
see it. There we go. So we already had a few kills either way. We are going to see ALLIN on their CT side, Team Spirit on their T side. And right now, Team Spirit do have control of the B bomb side, but at a two-man disadvantage with Tony tagged up extremely. So a retake is looking very likely here. It will come through. And ALLIN just to pick up the pistol.
Yeah, will be a bomb plant, so we can expect a third round buy coming in. Now, in terms of dust2, statistically a very, very good map for Team Spirit. I was really confused when it wasn't the second map on the board, but they managed to just squeeze through on Overpass. Now, of course, really this could have been a 2-0. Like, we were at a sort of 14-13 position for ALLIN. They were up against Pistols. It looked like everything was going to go their way. Then they lose against Pistols, and then they lose the game. So they could have done this in 2. If they are to lose this now, I feel like they will feel a bit hard done by. But you have to remember, this is the upper bracket final. VWS are still waiting in the the consolidation final, and the winner of that will be the second qualification spot. So, would be better to go through first, of course, have that guaranteed second place and that extra money. Well, you know it's going into your bank account, and of course, not really have any sort of pressure on you from that point onwards. And also, you don't have to play an extra map.
Yeah, and that's also very important. You know, you want to be there, and you don't, because a best of one can be really well upset as well. So it's no necessarily, you're not necessarily going to win if you take it to another map after this. So yeah, of course, going to be trying their best to win this one. And ALLIN, they are on the buy up against a force from Team Spirit, which I'm not too sure is going to be too well done. They have got the pistols and armor, but I don't really know. Maybe on another map this would be good, but on dust2, pistols really aren't as effective.
Range.
Yeah, a map like Cash, you would see this, and it would work out most of the time because you could rush B or just go for a fast A take with some smokes. But on dust2, there's not really a lot of potential unless you go for a B take or a mid to B. They are trying here. Mira does land 2. Dima will trade out 1, but the mid to B is not going to work out very well. It's a boosted position from Hutch. He gets flashed out. Another player is going to be chasing him down, but Cody gets shot in the face, and Tony and Dima are going to be the last two alive here, but I imagine they will be chased down bit by bit here as ALLIN. It will start to fall, it seems. Okay, what's happened? Kabakin's run through the smoke. He's got himself a kill. Cassandra's got to be close, and Chopper can line up another, but still going to be a very costly round for ALLIN nonetheless. 3 kills going in the way of the T side. They still lose out, though, and that's going to mean they have to go one more before they can buy.
Yeah, this is sort of the problem of having that very early buy. They could have had one in the next round with AKs, but instead they go for the pistols to try and make things at least a little bit costly. It will be another round coming up. Quite a lot of cost coming in for this CT side. They will be able to get the rifle back and have a couple, in fact, and go for the MP9s once again. JR is going to be using the Scout, and of course with no armor on these players, it is going to be a pretty damaging gun. Already going to find himself a first kill, a tag, and Mob is looking quite easy at this point, although Mo getting pretty low. Has to be a little bit careful. Don't know why he re-peeked there. Yeah. And the same can be said Hootie as well. If he's to re-peek this, he's going to go down as well. So that's already 2 players lost to Glocks. That's a pretty poor round, in fact, considering what was invested. And, well, if Davkos can even get another kill, this would be too much, I'd say. They should be able to retrieve the M4 as a minimum. So that's something at least, and they will keep both rifles into the game. But you'd have to wonder what
That's just silly play. It just doesn't. Yeah. It just doesn't make sense. It is never a good reason to peek in that position. You have so many teammates to support you. They are all on full HP. Why go for a fight when you're on 2 HP? It just doesn't work. It's a bit of a waste, but regardless of who you pick up the round, that's the important part. And now we see the buy here as Team Spirit obviously losing that second round force, having to fully go for the third, and now going to be on the AKs here, and they have an AWP as well, and it's going to be a very good buy for them still, but ALLIN, they are going to be left on the Scout on JR. No AWP in play just yet.
Yeah, the Scout, not going to be ideal, but it could still hit the tags, making those rifles deadlier by the second. We are going to look to see whether or not the T's can find this first pick. Of course, CT's looking to get off to a decent start. Playing pretty default at the moment on the T, so not really going for anything too crazy. But we are seeing a little bit of aggression coming up from the CTs over towards short.
Yeah, Malta goes out on long, forces a player back, but look at that flash through the smoke. Gonna be pretty terrible there for Chopper. Unluckily, gets shot in the back of the head as Sotvik, he does take him down. Now the man advantage reigning in the side of Spirit, and this can be great for them. They have a minute left on the clock. They can easily wait for some aggression, see if ALLIN want to trade things out, or at least try and refrag, and then just go for a late push. This is going to be good stuff from them. You can already see some aggression going to be going on. Mir pushing into the edge of tunnels, not going to quite commit to it. You can see he's backing off now, but still, nothing too special here. They are going to be setting their forces towards long, though, and this is where Cassandra's a bit pushed up. He can get himself a pick here and then try and back off, but with so many players, I'm not sure he'll get more than one. Does manage to land it. Okay, the spray works perfectly. Barkin will fall as well as Dima, and now, with no trade, the man advantage has been flipped back in the favour of ALLIN, and 30 seconds left to get on this site.
Yeah, we are going to look towards this T side now. They've got 20 seconds. They've got to make their move. They've got to make a decision on what direction they're actually going to push in. Now they've got a player in CT.
Time.
It does mean that they're going to be able to hold anybody pushing off from short. So this is quite a smart decision, actually. They can't really rotate in until they get rid of Sotvik. They can, of course, go towards short themselves, but clearly very risky. The long position being held by Cassandra is definitely going to be quite valuable. They actually not know where he is. Ooh, Hootie managing to catch him out, so that's at least something to play with, and it is going to be this AWP of Davkos that has to do most of the work. He will spot out one, takes his time connecting the shot, and now he knows where the remaining players are. Goes for the peak, doesn't actually hit it. It will be Cody in the no-scope headshot as well. Team Spirit, they're on the board, and they're into this game.
Yeah, just to pick up on what you said, that's a good point there. At least dropping Sotvik into CT spawn denied the CTs from actually stopping that bomb plant, because with 10 seconds left, you typically see CTs just try and deny it. But obviously, with that pincer over in the CT spawn as low as he was able to delay the push with the smoke as well in his favour. So a nice round in the bag, but we are still going to see the bike come out from both teams, I can imagine, here as we go back into the map eventually. Nice big logo. There we go.
Just in case you didn't know, we are at the CIS minor. So that's what we're casting. Well, we're not. We're in Ukraine, but it's close. Russia, Ukraine, not that far apart. The only difference is a visa.
Yeah, we got denied apparently. No, we didn't.
Denied.
The only person getting denied right now is Team Spirit. They've only got one round on the board, and they're looking to start stacking some together. ALLIN going to force the issue here just to try and bring it back in their favour. JR on the AWP with no armour. Now we will see Team Spirit start to aggress up towards this middle play. They have two players pushing up short. Davkos going to be one of them with the AWP, but he's focused towards middle, just in case ALLIN decides to go for some early peaks. They don't know what weaponry that ALLIN have just yet, but they could imagine the force, and an AWP is going to already be shown. So that's giving away fully what ALLIN have invested into this round. It is going to be the AWP and the rifles. And the pick going to be going in the favour as well as the CT side. So Spirit sending their players towards mid and B.
Yeah, now we need to see some sort of pick coming in on the other side. Of course, there's still quite a few weaker players due to what they have, but really for some of them, like you look at the positioning, he should be good for one, unless he gets blinded by a flash. But ooh, actually a jump peek. Nice little... What? How does he get both there? That should have been a definite trade coming in from Hootie, but nice work there from Dima, entering two players onto the side. Now, that is sort of the problem of rehashing a position. They've already used that boost spot once, so he was jumping, peeking, but really he should have had support.
Yeah, that's really weird, but Tony going to get caught out mid. The timing getting the better of him as Barkin falls and Chopper gets that kill, but it's still going to be the save here. B site is just too hard to retake, so it will be a 3-on-3 save. And yeah, just a note on that jump peak. That wasn't your everyday jump peak. He positioned his body underneath that curve, and if you stand on a curve in CSGO and you press jump, as long as it's angled right, you fly much further sideways and land, and you don't go as high up, meaning your accuracy is going to be retained much quicker. You can find that, for example, we saw that a couple of days ago in Overpass. If you go in the tunnels and you stand on the edge and you go for a jump and move and press A or D, depending on the way you're facing, you will fly really far one way, but you won't go high. So he still has that accuracy, which is why he got both kills. But yeah, really impressive stuff nonetheless. And now ALLIN are going to fall down another round, but the save are going to allow them to buy up once again. They've got obviously the AWP still on JR. He's going to be able to support it with armor this time. A couple of SMGs, a couple of rifles, and Team Spirit building up their T-side economy as we speak. Okay, that's the AWP gone.
Nice timing shot. They should be able to retrieve it at least and upgrade one of those SMGs. Cassandra is going to go down in the meantime, but it will be Chopper to be able to trade one back. He has to retreat, and it's still going to be the man advantage coming in for the T side. Hootie has managed to grab that AWP and will fall back onto the site. It looked like they were going to boost him up, but it seems like they've just retreated all the way back into CT. And, well, again, it's one of those positions they can try and hold the cross. Maybe if they get a pick, sorry, they will give it a go, but Oh, as long as there's not like a massive mistake on the smoke, it shouldn't be too likely that there's much they can do again.
But Mir's already flanking background. He's reached the top of barrels towards the palm tree, and Tony is just going to be holding the angle, so he can't push up too heavily. But if he waits for these players to start committing towards long, he can definitely go for this fight, and this is great. He's not pushing into the usual angle that would be expected from Kabak, and instead going in through the T-spawn area. But either way, Team Spirit have let go of the flank. They are heading towards this A site, where they do have Davgos holding the back box there, and obviously they are going to be throwing the double smoke out towards long for some reason, despite both of them being there. And we are going to finally see them take control of the A site, although ALLIN are still going to be ready to retake this one. Chopper just trying to find the angle. He spots a player going towards Goose. Plant's going to be a default here. They can still cover that from long though, assuming a smoke doesn't go out on that plant that Mir may be able to do. But ALLIN, they have to commit to this or they have to save, and it's going to be the save in question.
Yeah, again, it came down to them finding a pick on the cross, and considering they didn't do that, it was pretty much inevitable that they would save. Now, obviously, the loss bonus is building up a little bit, so the buys will gradually get better and better, and you could say that they could drop a couple of Famises this time instead of SMGs, but it's still just forcing themselves back and back, and Team Spirit just going to happily build up their economy off the back of these teams, these members of the team constantly saving.
Yeah, but at least they are not giving away too many guns here, so the ecos aren't in just yet. They will be eventually, though, because they can't keep saving every round. Eventually, they're going to start to lose a few more players. So we do see the round, regardless, going in the way of Team Spirit. They're looking very happy, a little more motivated and confident into this one. It's 3-3. Chopper's a big fan of the saving. It's going to fist bump, but either way, the buy should be coming out, as you said, alongside these 3 saved weapons, maybe Famises, maybe even M4s, but we do have a... oh, no, it looked like a pause, but no, we're going back into the round. So, yeah, Famis is going to be brought up alongside, and Team Spirit, again, nice T-side buy.
Yeah, we are just looking to see whether or not the CTs can actually finally capitalize on these rounds. Not going to be the case just yet. They go for a little bit of early aggression, but doesn't actually pay off, and they will just re-smoke it to make sure there's not going to be any counter pushes just yet. Their utility is still limited, but they have a couple of incendiaries at least to slow down any aggressive pushes that are going to be coming in. Angles can be cleared by the Molotovs used by the terrorists at the moment. In terms of the site hold, I'm a bit intrigued by the position being held by JR, because it looks like he's just holding down below, which is quite a common position, but normally you have some sort of support, and he will actually fall back towards the site. They currently have 2 players toward mid, so possibly expecting a little bit of a push in that direction. And in terms of players actually being able to spot the tunnels position, there's nobody until I say that and Mer actually rotates back in.
Oh, but JR, he is going to be pushing up, spotted the head. Oh, what a shot from Sopvik, finds the angle onto him. And now he knows with that aggressive position that he can likely push up onto this A site and have not really much defense in the hands of ALLIN. They are going to do so. Flash is going over and very, very fast. They adapt. They were looking towards a bit of a mid play it seemed, but instead the short take is going to come underway. Chopper gets one. Trey comes in from Kabakan, and the bomb going down on the site as well is going to pretty much, again, signal the round going in the favour of Team Spirit. Are we going to see a save from ALLIN once again?
Well, it gets to a point where I don't really know where you're playing the game. Kabakan, well,
no
never mind. Don't even get the option this time. Kabakan holding towards mid, and well, I'm actually kind of.
What were they trying to do? What was Hutch trying to do, though? Was he trying to commit to it, like in a 1v5? Was 1v4?
I don't really know. I'm kind, in a way, just for the my sanity and the sake of the game, I'm kind of glad that they lost their players, because at least now it means that they will save and just get a 4-buy, rather than just constantly coming up with these sort of mediocre buys that don't really have an AWP, which has been one of the avenues that they've done quite well in the hands of JR. So I think this could actually work better for them than just constantly saving their weapons and not challenging, especially when you look at that sort of position. It was a 3 versus 4, but it's the A site, and I think that there's definite possibility for you to retake the A site in that sort of situation.
Yeah.
Yes, it's risky, but at the same time, if you just play safe every single round, you lose the game. That's no question.
Yeah, that is true. But regardless, this time they're making it a little more costly. They do grab finally a gun straight off the bat as Tony. He does go down here for the T side, and ALLIN. Again, they are looking like they will lose this. Mir is potentially going to save this into the next round alongside the armor, but still, they've got such a big loss bonus that technically a save isn't really required when they're on this eco. You may just do it anyway, because why even go for it with 20 HP? But they're defending him, and they are only got pistols. I don't really know what to think of this. It just seems like they're, as much as I understand why they want to defend this rifler, sorry, they could at least play some exits, get themselves some rifles if they want to play with them.
Well, the funny thing is that Team Spirit just do not care. It's like, you Yeah, go on.
Save your
it.
pistols.
Like, okay, you're going to have one rifle. Well, we've broken all of your buys so far. We now have enough money that we can continue to buy up for something like the next 3 or 4 rounds because you just let us save 4 players every single time, which, you don't want the T's having this much economy. It just makes things easier. Now, we are going to see a pause coming in, likely to be due to the fact that they have now lost quite a few rounds in a row. 5, in fact, and, well, considering the majority of them, other than the last, were actually somewhat of a buy round. At least now we'll see the buy come back in. But this is exactly what we're talking about. Minimum amount of money they have on the team is 7,550. And that's on a player who has 2 kills. That sort of says it all, really. The fact that they're just not dying because they're not being challenged. The majority of players, out of 8 rounds, the max they have is 6 deaths.
That's what happens when you save 3 rounds in a row. I don't know what to expect. But the tactical pause from ALLIN, I do agree. Maybe they need to switch something up.
Yeah, for sure.
As long as they don't try and work on their saving strategy, they should be okay. I'm not sure who the caller is for the team, but...
Well, I find their name quite ironic now.
Yeah, because they're really not going all in.
No, they're not going all in.
They're kind of
if anything, they're not even going half in.
Yeah, partially in. 2 players in, but 3 are going to go for the save.
And then it's like, yeah, nah, we give up. Yeah, much better shot. We can see... Oh, that looked like... Davkos actually shook from that shot. He was so ready for the impact, but
scared.
Coldy is going to find the entry kill. Will be a quick trade as JR is able to find one with the AWP. I think in terms of the pause as well, like you have to talk about the fact that really just JR having an AWP is going to be a different change in strategy anyway. They will take a lot of control over towards tunnels. They do have to be careful if they're going to push anywhere near Titanic, as there is the position being held by Kibakan. Long control still currently in the form of the T's, but not really going anywhere. And there we go. Just nice little hole coming out from Quebec. And an off angle, an angle that you don't really expect this early in the game, but at the same time, well, they're going to get to trade it. Okay, that's not too bad, actually. 3v3, but no utility left other than the kits. Oh, actually, no, they have 1 smoke.
If they save now, I'm going to cry. I'm going to have a little breakdown. But it seems like they won't, because it seems like the bomb's going to be heading in towards this B site. At least that's where it's going, but they still have 2 players outside of long, so I'm not too sure.
Might have a decent read here.
Yeah, I don't know what the setup is for the for the T side here right now. I'm not sure what they're trying to accomplish, unless these Ts are trying to distract on long and then push a solo bomb on the B site.
Risky.
Wouldn't make sense. Yeah, unless they're sending 1 player and 1 backs off. I'm not too sure. Of course, it would force a full rotation, because who the hell would expect this? But look at the bomb. I don't understand this. I don't get it.
This so much relies on Sotvik, but he has got the sight.
Hutch knows.
Yeah, he's going to have heard the footsteps. This should be an easy kill, and that is way overthought. Like, the team spirit have overdone that massively. Cody, you've got no choice but to save. But I don't really know why you're even going pushing him. Maybe the AWP. Okay, yeah. That's fine. Gets the AWP, walks away, and actually that could work out really well if JR's not able to afford another one. But Chopper's found one on the other side of the map anyway.
I have no idea what that was. Usually, so to explain, if you were usually going to go for that kind of setup, you'd send 2 players towards B, you'd have a fake going up long, that's fair enough. 2v3, you're likely going to lose one of your players, but then you had the B post plant, which is really easy to hold down. But to send 2 players up long and have the bomb solo B with no sign of a rotation until it was too late, I really don't know what the plan was behind that. So regardless, round going to go to ALLIN. I wouldn't even say it was deserved by Team Spirit, that was just silly. And now we're going to go into a buy once again. They still have a bit more money, a chance to at least to of course, reset the economy of the ALLIN side, and that is going to be their aim into this round. It is 5-4, but ALLIN are looking very close to equalise things up, and they do have JR with the AWP posted up on long once again.
That would be a really risky peak to take. I quite like the position of Davkos. He was actually just holding all the way towards the back. It's up high as well, because not many players would take that peak. Like, I don't know why you'd look to that direction first, especially because most of the time there'd be somebody in pit just holding that headshot angle. Either way, CT side are playing very passively. They're holding back towards CT and short. Smoke is going to be thrown out to try and slow them down. Now, there isn't actually a smoke over the cross at the moment, and that would be quite a bad idea to just try and push across it, but they are going to do that, and they're going to get away with it as well. So a little bit of a surprise that the AWP isn't able to do too much in that scenario, because there was a gap bigger than there was actually smoked off.
Yeah, but bomb going down now, and the retake is going to be on 5v5. This is very rare to see, but still, they're going to have good positions to hold off Kabak, this could be great towards Long. They aren't going to be heading towards him. They're all on shore. This could be great. This could be terrible. Let's see how it works out for them. 5 players pushing up this angle, 4 at least. JR's and CT spawn, and now they're going to start this assailment. We are going to see the kills go very heavily in the favour of ALLIN right now. Davkos, he does get himself a couple, goes in for more. The no-scope, Davkos! What are you doing? There's one more player on the side, and he's going to run up with the P250, but Tony instead gets a kill. Spirit pick it up, and Davkos goes absolutely massive.
That's just ridiculous. That shot is just absolutely ridiculous. To no-scope from that range as well. Like, he must have like a little bit of blue tack or something in the middle of his screen just to be able to line up that. That's insane.
Oh my god, my heart is racing. That was disgusting.
And the worst thing is that retake up to that point was really well done. They push in together, they trade effectively, they take pretty much everybody down other than Davkos and the one other player remaining. I've actually forgotten his name just because of the pick that was made.
Don't blame you.
But yeah, Hootie now, the last one left alive. Deema holding, and that'll be an easy frag overall, 7-4.
And that's got to trigger ALLIN as well, knowing that, because that has completely destroyed their economy. You can see this double
gotta hope they
eco.
don't know that was a no-scope.
I was about to say double eco, but they're forcing up into this one. I don't know if that's really worth it. They're only going to have enough for 2 rifles, unless we see a
Well,
FAMAS.
you know that
3 rifles.
They've won loads of rounds without their AWP so far.
Nutty. Oh, there we go.
Oh.
Oh, they have 4 rifles. Okay, they have a FAMAS. Oh, that's not too bad.
I'm still in that sort of camp though that I don't think they've actually won a round other than the pistol and follow up without an AWP. So I'm not really having too much faith at this point. We'll see. Maybe Chopper can have some heroics with that CZ. But so far it is looking pretty good for Spirit. They've got themselves in a 7-4 situation. If they win this round, they will send ALLIN back to an eco once again. And then, well, anything's possible from then onwards. They could even go on to win it 11-4. But that's all hypothetical, because there is still a buy up against them. Utility is almost completely expended on one side, whereas I'm not even sure if really anything has been thrown on the other. Just a couple of nades early on. Maybe just a smoke or 2 over towards Xbox and mid, but nothing really too crazy. Ooh, nice peek, though. Cassandra doing exactly what's needed of him, because, of course, the one thing that happens when you don't have much utility, you need to go for these aggressive picks. JR is going to be up close. I'm hoping he's not going to go for the jumping M4, but then again, I don't really know what else he can do from this situation.
Yeah, the drop into CT is going to get caught out. JR, nice angle there, finds him, and now a 2-man advantage in the favour of ALLIN. The timing going to get the better of that mid player, and you can see Hutch just on top of this box. He's been playing this pretty much all game, and it's been working out wonders. Drops back in. Davkos is still alive, but watch out, there's still no scopes to come in. He backs off, but Team Spirit, they're going to be able to at least take him down. It's into a 2v2. Bomb should be making its way to the site with 20 seconds left, and it's going to be the retake. Obviously a very hard site to get back into, but they do have a couple of flashbangs to do so. JR dropping his in, peeks in through. He's going to go running right in, doesn't clear out the site though. Still, Davkos goes to the fight, and he's going to be able to tag him down. Meanwhile, Cassandra takes down both, and that'll be it. ALLIN. A very difficult retake site, but they still manage to get it 7-5, and the defuse to come in to secure ALLIN another round finally.
Yeah, the flashbang, the pop flash actually works wonders as well, because Davkos is left completely blinded to this one, so ALLIN will capitalise. They get that AWP back for JR to play with as well, but of course, no surprise that we are saying there is a buy coming back on the other side. Team Spirit with plenty of cash to play with, Davkos spending 10 grand almost, and, well no, he must have actually had 16k at the beginning of the round, so yeah, that pretty much says it all really. Gonna have a lovely buy coming back up. AWP on to JR, and we need to see him step up. He is going to be playing over towards mid. Pop flash will go out, but then actually catches Sotfig as well, so doesn't really give him too much of an advantage, but it will force JR off point.
Yeah, Mir backing off there in middle, not taking the fight, which is safe. There are 2 Team Spirit players there, so even if he did get a kill, a trade would come through, which would favour the T side, but the Molotovs, sorry, the utility on the side of ALLIN is slowly going to start to disappear as they really run out. Team Spirit still have a plentiful amount as well. And right now they're just set out on this default, waiting for the aggression, trying to find themselves a pick of ALLIN, decide to expose himself at all. But they aren't Tom, there's no exposure going.
Yeah, you shouldn't expose yourself, guys.
Oh dear.
We've said that too many times.
It's not even funny anymore. But look at this, Chopper's actually pushed up into the long doors. This is great, considering Team Spirit is setting outside this position. The issue is they're likely to push in 2 at once, so he may get 1, but 2 is going to be very unlikely, although I said that Cassandra did it a few rounds ago, and oh, look at the support. He has Mir in play as well, so even if he does go down, it's going to be okay. But as I say that, Team Spirit, they reconsider. They're going to back off towards short.
Yeah, no mid control at the moment, so there is a little bit of a hole in this defense. Just going to be playing the sites other than, of course, the aggressor of Chopper. Looking like he's about to go through. Checks the angle, but Kabakan, well, I say it is quicker, but it's not really that. It's just he has an AK versus the M4. The headshots are hit by both. Cassandra, he needs to connect here. And again, headshots hit, but nobody goes down. Murray's going to try and spam away. At least he has an AK, but he still only finds one. Look at the HP over on the Team Spirit side. They're being dinked, but they're not being finished off. And, well, I'm going back to the script of the previous round. Save. All in.
Yep. That is going to be the name of the game here. We have JR spotting mid, could pick something up with the AWP, but there's no point. The money on Team Spirit is just so brilliant. There's just no point chasing down these. There's no point chasing down these saving Ts or these exiting Ts, because what are you going to do? Oh no, they're going to be on 6k to 3k, and then JR loses his gun, so that's completely countering the point of a save. If you're going to do that, at least go for the retake. It makes 0 sense, but regardless, there's nothing he can do. He's going to get surrounded regardless, and Hutchinator, he does go down. So another round for Team Spirit, and all in. They really are crumbling under the pressure on dust2.
That was just dumb. I don't know why he peeked that. Not like he peeked it originally, and that tags him down. It's like, let's just jump across a gap where you know that Davkos is going to be watching. Where else would he be watching? There's literally nowhere else that you would send your AWP to hold that angle. And well, Uteen is going to be tagged down. Deeg is what he has. It looks like they have pretty much forced into this one. Now, of course, if they win this round, brilliant. They'll get themselves a load of money and be able to buy into the next round. If not, then they pretty much guarantee the 10-5 onto Team Spirit. Now, we have seen Team Spirit throw away a few rounds versus like ecos and stuff, so maybe there is an opportunity. But yeah, you have to hope that if they just play the range game and play this round smart, even maybe just go for some long control, they should be absolutely fine.
Short as well, going to be under that marker, and look at that, the UMP actually working out close range. Trade will come through from Dima, pre-firing the AWP spot, but there's nothing to be found from ALLIN. They are only on the pistols now as the UMP is gone, but Mia, he's going to be the snake in the grass. Does get tagged down from top mid, though. That's going to be the kill going the way of Kabak, and Cassandra pushed up as well. Maybe able to find something at least for ALLIN, but it's going to be the rush back towards middle. JR, this is ballsy. He's going to miss the shot, though. Still lands a second eventually. Grabs himself an AK and gets the hell out of there, but the chase comes in. They will know exactly where he is now, and the support on short, suddenly this is looking a little more doable, and AWP has been grabbed on Cassandra, and this is going to be a 2v2, 2v1 now. Dima falls, and Coldy, he does have the time to play with, but he's up against 2 enemies.
Yeah, this has just gone all the way back once again. Team Spirit, they had the advantage, and they may have just thrown it away, but at least there will be an opportunity. Smart decision. We'll throw the smoke across. Now, if he goes back towards short, this is a higher level of mind game coming out from Coldy. You would expect a player to go here, although the footsteps, the footsteps is probably going to give away his position, although, well, that would definitely give away his position.
The time, anyway, it's too low. He has to run.
Fine. He has to go back towards the site, and this bomb is going to be... Oh, he's faked it! Oh, Cassandra's aware. Hits the shot with the CZ, and, well, that's a triple kill for him in the round, stepping up once again, and that is going to be... Oh, it looks like a pause. Of course, the buy will come back in for Team Spirit. Again, mistakes made, but this time I think the reason is pretty clear. Yeah,
one player is dropped from the side of ALLIN. Still, they pick up that eco, or forced by a guess. That's a really weird round to take as well. Very, very good play from JR, at least in mid, being able to spot out that one player and back off with the AK2. So it is going to be at least a little more to work with in this final round of the half, but yeah, technical pause coming in. Neither team, I think it's just reconnecting to the server, and then we'll be going back on with the match, hopefully not too long. And yeah, final round of the half, this one has really been dragged out. It's been very, very close back and forth. I think it's mainly because of the saves, but
yeah, they've been way more buys than there normally ever will be, because there's normally a lot more eco. I think actually the point of them when they started losing rounds cleanly, it was actually better for them, because it finally reset them back to a point where they could get AWPs, even their pistol play, because at least when they have pistols, they go for some audacious plays. They play something that will catch off their opposition and can go for something a little bit overzealous, like continuously pushing short. We saw Cassandra get a triple kill because of that. Whereas when they keep saving these weapons, it's like, okay, well, we'll just play a normal round, but with an SMG. Or we'll just play it with a FAMAS and no utility. And it's just like, okay, yes, you can do that. Yes, you can try, but it just wasn't working. And now that they've actually got some decent buys back, of course, they'll have the AWP this round. Uti will be dropped to FAMAS, and he's able to get some utility. However, half of it already gone, and we're only a matter of seconds into the round, so definitely left with limited utility. In fact, they have one why have they thrown everything so early?
The interesting thing enough is that JR is playing towards a B site, and we haven't seen Team Spirit really take the B site in most normal rounds. So putting him alongside another player there is really losing some control over towards the A site, which makes it way easier for Team Spirit now. And the AWP is kind of out of the count in terms of having any effect. And it's likely if Team Spirit continue what they've been doing and take this A site, that JR will be playing on retake with the AWP, which is the last thing you want him to be doing at least. But regardless, Team Spirit, they are going to be, as I said, setting their players outside of long. We had this pushed up position from Cassandra, but that is it in terms of ALLIN having a chance.
Yeah, well, he also has the one piece of utility left, so probably not the best position to be in. Maybe able to throw it down and just buy himself a little bit of time, but Dima, he is not going to hold back. Finishes off his opponent as well. 45 seconds left. Chopper, you are way too out in the open there. Goes for the all-in play and, well, name and nature, but he falls down, and that's just going to leave it back into a 5 versus. Ooh, it almost lines them up, but it's still just going to be the trade. Cold, he gets dinked as well. That seems to be the story of their life so far in this game. And it's now going to be 2 versus 4. One comes in for Hootie, managing to grab a kill. That's something at least. They've traded up to the AK. It will be the Molotov going down, but he's going straight through it, looking for the pick. The AWP of Davkos, what is that? Expecting the Molotov to hold them back, but not expecting the player through it.
Yeah, now the time is ticking low, but they do have a kit to work with. Cold, he doesn't have a lot of health either, and they've got no AWP to hold off this bomb, so it's going to be an AWP versus 2 rifles. Hutch sticks it, and JL just holding the angle. He may get away with this. He tags down the first. That's going to be the kill to Coldie, and the defuse is found. All in 7 rounds that half, and a massive performance from all of them there to actually pick that up, especially Hutch and JR going to bring it back for their team. And it was looking at one point like we were going to see it go in the favour of Spirit, but apparently not.
How many rounds did Spirit throw away there?
Quite a few.
Because that's like they lost a round versus Pistols. They keep losing rounds where they have the sight and just everything trades back. I think it almost happened again where there was the clutch coming out from Davkos with that ridiculous no-scope. And you sort of look at that and you say, okay, well, clearly the most obvious thing that you need to do is work on your afterplant positions. Because I think they were absolutely fine at taking the site. They got it down. There were a couple of other mistakes, for example, that weird fake towards B, and the fact that a player can stand on box almost every time, and only once did they actually directly peek it, which was Dima. Now, obviously, that's a risk in itself, but a lot of weird rounds coming up from Spirit. They could have won this half much, much better, but they still win the half, and that was enough for them on the previous map. Obviously, winning it on the T side of Overpass a little bit more impressive.
Yeah, and now we see the B site rush come straight in for ALLIN. They've got all their players set up, a couple outside of the tunnels as well, but Davkos is getting executed there from JR. ALLIN should be getting this bomb down in time as well as Spirit. They are very close to rotate. We have got Dima, very, very close to the doors, but or window. He's not going to be able to find anything, and the flank coming out through the tunnel will actually prove to be fruitful. Tony landing one on the chopper. It's a 3v3, and Team Spirit, they are getting themselves back into this round.
No, that kill is very important because it allows a flank to be coming in. They have to be careful of this. Not really looking in that direction, and there goes Quebec, and dancing feet coming out for Cassandra. He still manages a kill, but he's run out of bullets. He's got to go running away. How is he still alive? And peeks back in and takes the headshot. That is absolutely ridiculous from Cassandra, and I'm just blown away. How does he survive? Just basically just weaving in and out. That is one of the weirdest defenses I've ever seen of a bomb. But, and most importantly, it worked.
Whiff City. Wow.
You can't beat those moves, though.
Yeah, dancing moves. Whew. Davkos, he's going to finally reiterate things by getting that scout kill down middle. We'll take down JR as well. Chopper is going to be returning onto long, and this will just be the long push here from ALLIN. They are actually going to go all in with quite a few players making their way down this angle, and there we go. Mir follows up as well. Coley will be walking into the limelight, but he's going to be able to tag down to 12 HP, so nothing coming from him, and all of it, ALLIN will take full control over towards his position. The smoke goes down. They should be able to catch out any players that are trying to at least jump right through it, and that will be Dima, namely going down himself. But Softic and Coley last two alive here for Team Spirit.
Yeah, we are looking at just a couple of pistols back in play. We'll actually see a rifle picked up and a scout. So that may be worth actually just keeping then to the next round. Of course, he's actually going to juggle it the whole way. Coldy, you have legs. Come on, buddy. Go and help him out a little bit. He's just throwing them along, just like, can you just come pick this up? This is just stupid now. He will actually throw it all the way over to his teammate. So they have managed to keep that in play. And yeah, considering that was actually the only rifle brought up in that round, if I'm not mistaken, That's not bad.
This is like a trailer for a new Jason Bourne movie or some Bond movie there. You know, just slowly zoom
Jason
out.
Bourne, a man who forgets everything and then somehow something happens. We even did one where Jason Bourne actually wasn't in the film. Because why not? Money, money, money.
That film was abysmal.
I haven't seen the new one.
Oh, it's really good.
Is it?
It's classic Jason Bourne. It's a bit, you know.
Isn't
more
it?
relaxed.
Doesn't it like explain everything? Isn't that the point?
I can't. The thing is, I
Matt Damon.
couldn't even. I couldn't even remember the old films, so I struggled to remember what was going on. I just like, you know, he just goes around and decapitates people with his bare hands, but good bit of fun. Obviously a 12A because they want to rack up some dollar, and so do ALLIN. They've bought up these SMGs. They're going to be going for. Shut up. Damon. They're going to be going for this. No one's going to get that reference, I bet now, and we're going to be a bit roasted.
I don't care.
Dear. But we are going to be seeing the long control from ALLIN. The Mac 10 is going to reign supreme over Coldy. First player to go down here, and we will just see mainly pistols on the side of Team Spirit. I can imagine a mostly clean round coming in from ALLIN, aside from Hutchie, who's also tagged up. Although Davkov's going to be set up with the scout, maybe able to catch himself some heads, and going for it. Tag comes in, he's going to get the aim punch. 18 HP left on that, and the nade. He has to run away, 10 HP.
Pretty close. We will see a drop in the meantime of Mir, the push coming in. Okay, by Davkos. It will be a quick trade though. Shot from the 5-7. Cassandra goes down, trying to hit the shot with the Deeg. Remaining two players don't have any armor, and well, it's not really worth saving what they have. So they're just going to try and challenge. A lot of damage done on the remaining players, but it isn't quite enough. ALLIN will be able to convert the remaining rounds, and I think we will see an upgrade on at least a few of the players here. They have plenty of cash to actually play with. We'll see the AWP dropped over as well to JR, and while this is just a juggling fest at the moment, but eventually we end up with all rifles. In fact, they're not going to keep any SMGs, but a double AWP straight in on the CT side, and it works.
Does indeed. First pick going the way of Spirit, and they definitely needed it. ALLIN leading this one, as surprising as it may seem, and right now they've got to come back from this man advantage. Hutchie going to walk solo into the site. That's going to be easy pickings with Deemer. He takes another one. That's going to be another as well, as Mir gets completely eliminated, and ALLIN, they're going to be left again on two players here, as Team Spirit looking like they're going to be picking up this buy round. Push out towards middle for Cassandra, maybe trying to get himself a quick pick down into the CT spawn, but nothing will present itself here. We have Deemer just posted up with the M4. He may spot out the barrel of the guns. He does. A shadow as well. Takes a kill. Cassandra drops, and it's going to be Chopper alone.
Yeah, this has been a very successful round coming out for Team Spirit. They do have one more player to find, of course. It is Chopper. He's had some pretty impactful rounds, 1v4s galore, but I think this may be a little bit far-fetched. If he pulls this one off, I think I'm going to just leave, but he doesn't. Sopvik will be able to find that kill, and that is a flawless round coming out for the CT side. What more could you want? Pony.
Pony?
Yeah, that's what I want. That's what more
You
I
want a
want.
pony?
I want a pony.
Okay.
So if there's any fans out there who just... and a stable, preferably.
Yeah,
I don't actually want a pony. That's maybe a unicorn.
Keep him here in Ukraine.
Oh.
I'm sure he'd be delicious.
Oh, wow.
But we got a couple of Deagles bought
Stop
up on
horsing
ALLIN.
around.
Nice. Bit of armor on Mir as well with a Tech 9s and Glocks. Obviously not going to rain too much in, but I'm surprised JR has 4600 and a Glock. Obviously he's saving for the AWP, but he would still have enough to buy up maybe a PT50. Obviously he just wants to save the max money he can, being the AWP for the team. And ALLIN, they're going to head towards short. Run boost potential here. I like this. If they can stand on his head, they forgot how to. It's going to be Chopper though. He has a deagle. Jumping back. Oh no, he's just trying to high peak the angle, not run boost. That's clever. No one there though with the AWP and Team Spirit. They are holding him back. We do have Davkos with the AWP on the car. This is the best position to hold off onto short, and they are going to walk into this, it seems.
It does look like they're trying to set up some sort of run boost, but not really sure. Everybody crouching. What on earth
They're
is
so
this?
undecided. Okay, they've got it.
Why do I feel like... Oh no, it is going to
There
work.
we go.
They avoid the shot, and that's the important thing. Now Davkos is forced to retreat back. Actually hits the shot with the P250, but it will be Chopper to get one on the trade. Cassandra, no, he gets away with the kill. Using just the Glock, that is pretty horrific. And well, we're going to see the push coming in from behind. They will get two players over towards long. Now already, where's that AWP? They haven't managed to retrieve it. It's all the way towards long. Uti is going to be spamming away. Only needs one bullet to connect, and he will eventually get it. Looking for the kill will be the next player. It's JR peeking out. Managed to get himself a Tex 9, now an M4. But in the meantime, the bomb's being defused.
Is this ALLIN? Is it? Have they won this one? All in, okay. It's been stuck. Gabakan is going to be on the bomb. 3 seconds left, 2 seconds, and JR just got a bait peek. I was so confused by that round. I was trying to check out where that CT was, which is why I got so confused. But somehow All in pick up that pistol round.
If he was just a little bit quicker, because they should have known that both players were on short. So he actually checks somewhere else after getting to the bomb. It doesn't go straight for the defuse. So maybe just needed to be a little bit more all in.
Spirit, though, they are going to be left on their own pistols now. Let's see if they can at least pick it up. I am doubtful, but after the previous round, anything can happen right now. We do have Dima down in the lower tunnels, all in, ready to push right into this position. And Dima, he's going to be favoured in close range engagement unless they pre-fire this one. There is support towards short as well, which will distract him, and that will allow Dima to get the kill. Grabs an AK as well, just as Hutch tries to trade things out, but he re-peeks, and Dima, he gets 2 kills. Maybe it's just pistol rounds today, because it's going to be a 5-on-3, and these last CTs are going to be trying to take fast long control to get this bomb down before the CTs can rotate in. But Tony, he gets a headshot, Chopper goes down, and now 2 players are left.
There's only going to be 2, and they are completely surrounded. It will be Cassandra to get 1. Molotov thrown out should be able to force them back a little bit. Cassandra trying to do this alone. Already finds 2, but it will be Davkos to trade 1 back, leaving it on to JR. He does manage to get a kill. Now the bomb not in the best position, and look at the position of Sopvik. He's going all the way around. Now neither of these players have armor. If he can find a 1v1 duel, there is an opportunity. Of course, 1 bullet hits and their aim goes to the sky. Dima, you just don't need to peek at this point because you have your teammate waiting. Sopvik's going to close out this round, and well, this is starting to get a little bit ridiculous with the amount of rounds they're able to be won by pistols.
I wasn't hopeful, but my thoughts were misguided. Clearly, it's pistol days today. We're going to be going into another round.
Just got to be more all in.
Yeah, two in a row.
When
you make the joke every round, it's not funny.
I know, that's why. It's just annoying, but I want to keep hearing it.
All in have rifles, so they're going to lose this round. That's
okay, you need to have more spirit then.
That's even worse. I prefer passion.
Yeah, no, so do I.
But all in, they are.
Fruit, of course.
The fruit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Passion
fruit. Yeah, sorry. It's so irrelevant. Okay. All in on a couple of pistols. They got the UMP, they've got the AWP, and they've got the Galil. Whereas Team Spirit, they're going to be doming a double AWP for this time. One situated over towards the back of B side. That's going to be Soptic, and now Davkos over towards long again, holding that short angle at least on the car. If All in walk into this one, it could be quite dire. Maybe a run boost would be in order if they can at least decide who's going to be boosted.
Yeah, if it takes them 10 minutes again, then maybe not. But it did work out quite nicely last time. We will see a decent hold. Actually, 2 players by the car at this stage. So it looks like they are sort of expecting some sort of pushback. I quite like seeing one over in Goose, just to sort of deny the bomb plant if they do get that far. But we are going to see Chopper flashing out. We'll actually catch the player in pit who has to fall back, and that's going to be the catch already. But they are able to spin around the 2 players over towards car. And well, now there's going to be a push coming in onto the site as well. Coldy somehow surviving. Davkos doing a lot of work, but he will go down in the meantime. And now it's going to be straight back to a 3v3.
Yeah, Bomb not making its way to the site just yet. It will be working its way up long, but Team Spirit are going to be rotating back in through middle here with 3 players. They've got to clear all these angles. Eventually, they'll make their way up towards their retake scenario, but they're taking their time with this one. I think a save may be coming in. I'm not too sure. Finally, they're going to make their way up short. I'm not too sure what they were doing there. Maybe waiting for some T-side aggression. With the bomb yet to go down on the site, there's 20 seconds. They will commit to it. That's going to be Hutchi. And now JR getting another kill with the AWP. An unnecessary peek there from Hutchi over on the site, and he will get taken down from Coldy. And now JR, situated over towards long with the AWP, is going to be the perfect post-spawn, combined with Cassandra to hold this one off. Oh, yeah, that is dangerous. They're not going to be on the bomb just yet, though. He's trying to spot out that first player. Coldy takes the kill. JR does return with a defuse. It's got to be coming in soon. He doesn't have a kit to work with, and JR's just running up towards it, expecting a fake defuse, but Soptic gets it regardless. Time for the defuse as well. Spirit are going to get their 11th round on the board.
Yeah, smart play, doesn't have a kit, so if he had just held that, he would have 100% lost the round. So to go for that, left it very close, but he just gambled on the fact that throwing that smoke down would force his opponent to jump in. Now, another round coming in. Very, very close overall, so it is only 1 player surviving, so I would expect to see the T's buying back into this one to try and break that economy, but they sort of have had economy problems themselves. It hasn't been anything too crazy. Like, both teams have been struggling, and you can see that reflected in their buy at the moment by the fact that they only have 2 rifles actually on the board.
That is true.
Oh, this is a switch up.
Real fast push into B. Soptic's going to be in position, though. He goes to the peak, spray down 1, goes to the second as well. Dima supports, and this is just an excellent hold from Team Spirit. Not even a death. And all in are left on just Hutchi over towards lower tunnels. He's going to be alone, and the bomb's going to be down on the site too far away for him to do anything. And Team Spirit, they've already rotated in, but they do obviously still have this control over towards A, so he can't flank or even attempt to save towards long, for example. Spots out Coldie in middle, does tag him down, but the dink is going to be received, and he's 10 HP, so Coldie safely backing off, not wanting to lose a player in this round for Spirit. Going to leave the job to the other people with full HP.
Well, you stop. I said there must be no stop. That's all I can imagine in comms right now. Why you stop?
Less English, though.
Yeah, no, they can still say why you stop. I've heard them say it to me in matchmaking.
Ah, that's 100% confirmed then. Well, a tactical pause will be called out from ALLIN. I can't say I disagree. They were having a great go into this second half with a 10-8 at one point, but eventually it's just come back in the favour here of this CT side to be a 12-11.
Nice.
So, yeah, good stuff.
Don't really know how he survived that, but he did, and that's the most important thing from his point of view. Of course, this game has been very, very close. To consider the fact that one of these teams will qualify straight away after this match, go straight into the final, and look to play for the $30,000 on offer. The second team will have to play a best of one.
Honestly, I'm confident that we're going to see the loser of this go and beat VWS and then have this match again. As sad as that makes you see, you give me a big sad face. As sad as that makes you feel, the way that these two teams have been playing, they've been playing so close together. I mean, discarding the first map, so close together.
The only thing that could change it, not to cut you off, but is the fact that VWS are likely to watch all of this, and they could try and work on the veto that they play. Now, they came very close on Overpass versus Team Spirit already. Like, it went to overtime. So if it's a best of one, I do think they have a good opportunity. So I don't want to just hate on them just yet, but they don't even know who they're playing at the moment. But it is looking more and more likely that ALLIN are the likely party, although they did come back very, very close in the last map, even when it got to, say, 14 rounds. And getting a bomb plant here, more than reasonable, considering what they invested.
Yeah, nothing else from it, just a bomb plant, no kills. Not going to be what they really want, though. They just want the bomb plant, obviously. And 13-11 coming into play, but still, they're not out of this one. This will be probably the make or break round, though. If they do lose out on this bye, then it's probably going to just be over for ALLIN. It's going to be going to Spirit, because the 14th rounds will be gained, and then really with not much money to go into the next, unless they get a bomb plant, it's going to be looking more and more likely up to match point. So very scary stuff for ALLIN. They can't afford to throw away this round. They have the AWP and they have everything they could really need, and spare cash as well. Full buy across the board. So let's see how it turns out for them, obviously. Both teams are going to be up on the most money that they could even conceive of. And we are going to be into the 25th round. This may go all the way.
Yeah, and it'd probably be rightly so if it did. A very, very close match so far. Mirage a little bit off the pace, I suppose. 16-4. I feel like that seems quite a long way away now, considering what we've seen since Team Spirit winning 16-14 and now 13-11 up. Maybe just a blip on their radar. Maybe Mirage was not the map to go for. But they are now in the lead. Davkos holding. This is normally good for at least one, but he goes for the timing shot. We'll throw out a couple of counter nades just to try and slow off any pushes that are willing to come in, and then he will fall back towards his trusty car position. Pretty much the most basic position on this map.
Yeah, JR setting up a smoke there. That will be a... Well, it depends if he... Is it CT smoke? Or no, it's okay. It's a... Where's that even landing?
That's a long smoke, I think. That's the smoke off Davkos.
You don't see that very often, but okay. That's a good position, though. They're going to be allowed to push up towards this area. Davkos does try and reposition on the edge of the smoke. Yeah, that's just to deny him with the AWP. Which
it's a good smoke, actually. It should be used by more teams. It is used by quite a few. I think Fnatic could throw that one in, and G2 as well. Although G2 sometimes throw it from long. They actually throw it over the top. Shox throw it. I've seen him do that before. But yeah, that smoke should just be standard for everyone, and it's not, which is quite confusing, really.
But look at the utility left on the side of ALLIN. They've got a Molotov and a flashbang. That is it. But it's not going to matter. Katachi's getting 2 kills. Chopper's following up. What's happening here to Team Spirit? They're going to start to crumble. Goldie gets caught out in CT while trying to watch two angles. And Davkos, he says, screw it. Let's go back. He's running away, but ALLIN are there on the flank.
Yeah, back to quoting Cray David, I see. Running away from the troubles in his life. And, well, I don't remember anybody getting shot in that music video, but it will happen. Davkos is going to fall. CT side, obviously getting a couple of rounds in a row. They should have enough money to purchase back up and in full, so we should be seeing the AWP back onto Davkos as well. Of course, if they are to lose the next round, that is where their economy will get a little bit more sketchy. Still the fist bumps. I think they're just doing that to sort of bring themselves back up, and even if they lose rounds. Although that does mean it's a little bit meaningless if you do it every time. High five, we lose. I don't know, it's a bit weird. JR, he's going to take down Davkos, so he may have had the AWP at the beginning of the round, but he's not going to have it now. He's not going to have anything now, he's dead. But either way.
Sophic does have it, though.
I think, no, I think they already had one.
Yeah, but he does have an AWP by then.
He has, yeah, a AWP in play. AWP. But, yeah, at the moment the CT's with a man down. ALLIN getting ready to equalize. Not going to be able to spot out anyone just yet. Just tries to spam the shot through the smoke. Coldie looking ready to try and push. And he actually has a little bit of support as well from Quebec. And they want to try and trade this back into an even position. And they should do. But okay, Hootie. 2 headshots. That's going to be the advantage straight into the camp of ALLIN. And well, now they're just going to go barreling onto the A side. The double AWPs, well, they're hoping to be saved into the next round as things have just completely spun on their heads.
They cannot afford to peak this, though. Team Spirit have to fully save. And I mean not a JR save, a full save. They can't afford to go down. You can already see the chase. And this is good from ALLIN. I want them to chase us. They need to send 2 or 3 players back into this B site to try and corner them in. Because if they can get rid of these AWPs, then they're going to have no threat in the upcoming round. Just likely a low buy and maybe some rifles or maybe even one AWP. You can see the money on Demon is quite good. But by and large, it's not fully. And there we go. Chopper gets one. The trade comes onto Mir, but it's not going to be bad. A 1-for-1s are definitely more than they would really expect here. And Sophic running towards a T-spawn, but they've already going to be turned onto it. You can see there's a player already in T-spawn. They're chasing out the back of tunnels. He will be positioned towards that. Misses a shot though. Only gets a leg onto Hutchie, and they will be able to clean up. Okay, JR. That's not good. Sophic gets away. B hops his way out of the map, and that will be a 13th round for ALLIN. Okay, they lose 2 players, but they remove one of the AWPs on the side of Spirit, and that is very important now because look at their money.
Yeah, now this is sort of crunch time because you've got the AWP, you have money on Dima to possibly even drop a rifle and by himself. Then you can sort of see some sort of squeeze out from maybe the player with 3600. So there's potential for them to go for something here. If they save, then the likelihood of them having the double AWP is, or at least having an AWP, is slim unless, well, obviously the 7,300 player could drop one, but it wouldn't really be that much better a buy.
If they save 2 AWPs, they would have 4 rifled players without a doubt.
Oh yeah, no, for sure, but that's
maybe even 5.
Yeah, it's a scenario that didn't happen.
Yeah, the 7K guy could take an AWP or take a rifle and drop. Have an AWP and drop 2 rifles, and then you could have. There's got to be one more player with at least 3,600 or 3,700 to buy up a gun and armor as well. So yeah, it's really unfortunate only saving one, but they should be able to put together a good buy. They can get a couple of UMPs, maybe a FAMAS, an M4, and
but if they then lose this one, they are screwed. But they're actually not going to go for it.
Ooh.
They're just going to stick with the one AWP. They're going to give it over to Davkos as well. So basically have him as the catalyst for this round. He's going to go very aggressive, and I think I actually quite like that. I think that's the right decision. He needs to take the fight to the T's in this scenario. They can't just be sat there waiting. They only have pistols, but JR is going to catch him. Now, the AWP fell back through the doors, so that's at least something. They still have this weapon in play. JR is just going to sit holding the angle. He's been doing well on this T side. Yeah, quite quiet, and Chopper definitely not as influential as he was previously, but still chugging along. Now, they got the man advantage. This is a round that really should be going the way of ALLIN, but that doesn't mean anything in this matchup at the moment. The Pistols have been playing pretty well.
Yeah, Demon's very close to the smoke. He doesn't have armor to support him, and neither does Coldie, who's over towards long. So already 2 players at a bit of a disadvantage here for Spirit, but ALLIN, they don't really know that. They don't know where these players are or what weaponry they have. They may be expecting a force into this one at any point, but Dima, he is actually going to shut down one of the rifle players. So back into a 4-on-4. They're going to Molotov him out of position. He can back off safely, or at least move close to the doors, and that AK is still in his view, so he should be able to grab that. Assuming he doesn't go down, he will. Hutchie finds that kill. 4 versus 3 in play. Another bomb rotating back through the T-spawn. It's looking like a B site take is even more likely as Sophic gets caught out without getting anything with this AWP. It could be great, but JR, you can see he's not fully aware of this one. Sophic gets back towards the B site, and he's going to be the linchpin. He has to step up for the team here. Running right in. What's he doing? He gets taken out by Chopper, and now that mid to B is going to go perfectly here for ALLIN. They lose their mid player, but still, they have the control of the site.
Yeah, looking at the pistols now, Kabakan has some Kevlar, so it may actually be worth just him sticking out, and they have actually managed to retrieve a rifle. Now, in terms of what else, I think, well, the AWP that they had is on the B site, so they can't get that back, but there may still be another weapon dropped by one of the other players that fell. It's just, I think that's actually on the site as well, isn't it? Because the AWP actually killed, he went for the sort of bunny hops and hit the headshot onto the player, so I think the only weapons are actually on the B site at the moment, so maybe just after the round, after everybody escapes, he can try and run in. It's looking like he's trying to catch them off on an exit kill, which we'll see whether or not that pays off. No, it will not. So overall, they just keep the AK. I think probably about right. Although what they could have done is given the AK to the Kevlar player and then have the other 5-7.
Yeah. The thing is about that round from Sotvik pushing into the tunnels, feel like he didn't have the read on. He saw that mid play coming out, the smoke going over, and what he was trying to do is back off from JR in mid and go inside of the tunnel so he could defend the B site from tunnels. But he didn't realise that the whole point that JR was setting up that mid to B smoke is that he had the support coming in from the tunnels and they were splitting towards the site. He wasn't expecting the take to be that early, so that's why he was B hopping towards the tunnels there. Really, bit of a game sense issue, I guess you could say, because it was kind of obvious when JR threw down that mid to B, but again, he wasn't to know at the end of the day. It was only a guess, and he will go down because of it. Regardless, we are into a very key round here. 13-14, ALLIN have brought this back. It's been a very up and down matchup in this round. It may just be once again the make or break.
Ooh. Nice little read from Chopper to go for the spray, but he doesn't find the kill. We have seen Sotvik in the meantime actually take a tag down mid at the beginning of the round, but other than that, we're just looking at long control attempted to be taken. There is only one man there to challenge, and he's playing very, very close to the smoke. I imagine once that fades, we'll just fall back, and this position could work quite nicely. It's normally good for one, and considering he's already got a kill, keeping the man advantage, I don't think his teammates will be too worried about that. Of course, if he is taken down without any sort of trade, that'll be where the problem begins, but they are going to be setting up a flashbang. JR will be throwing that out. They're expecting a player to be close, and will actually catch him. They're not going to check it. That's just a big mistake already. And he gets two. Oh. Can he make it a third? Almost hits the headshot onto JR. That's mistakes being made. They throw the flash in. What was the point if you're not going to check the angle? And, well, that's going to be a two-man advantage now for the CT side.
And that's exactly what Spirit needed right when they needed it here. They were looking very dire, and with 30 seconds left, we've got ALLIN having to commit towards this site. They don't have a smoke for long. They're going to have to throw down a Molotov instead, but it's not going to be good enough. They can still hold the cross, but still Hutchie, he gets the entry, finds down Dima. Davkos does trade, and JR is alone, but he still has a little bit of time. However, not enough. Davkos finds him, and we've got some music in our headsets. I'm not sure if that's going out to the stream, but okay. I'm not sure what that was. I bet the stream didn't hear that as well. It was just us going crazy. 14-14 though.
Oh, some lovely like saxophone just came down our headphones. That's amazing.
I prefer Careless Whisper myself.
That was that was amazing. Oh well, I kind of wish they could, because it kind of sounded like the end of round music, but just some nice little sax instead. Either way, we are back to 14-14. The buy will be coming back up. And will be the pick coming in for Sotvik, the AWP. The secondary AWP, and he gets the second as well. Is this really going to happen again? Everything with ALLIN.
Not like this.
Yeah, no, everything with ALLIN, and we go, okay, no, it's probably not going to go Team Spirit's way. And right at the depths, they come up big, put them against the wall, and they're going to come out firing. And while 3 players left to try and stop them getting to map and series point, and not only that, but to get that qualification spot, the first one into the minor.
But here we go. Push goes in. There's Davkos on the long area, and they haven't smoked him off this time. They don't have the utility to do so. He lands himself one, peeks in again. That's the double kill. Davkos, he's gone phenomenal this map, and he goes above and beyond to secure Team Spirit the 15th round. And match point is looming over ALLIN.
Yeah, the thing is, like, they did have a smoke, but they just didn't throw it. It's just that one spot. Like, don't give Davkos anything. That's the worst player on the team that you can give anything. You just don't do it, and that's put them back to pistols. It is looking like a little bit of deja vu for these last 2 maps. They took the first one in such dominating fashion, and it looks like they may be about to throw this one away. They need this round for sure. Then we go to overtime. I think they would sort of deserve it. At the same time, we've still got 2 more matches to go after this one, a best of 1 and a best of 3 to decide who actually wins the minor. But that's all ages away yet. We could still be seeing this come back the other way. Now, the peak's not going to work out for Sotvik. He will see someone in tunnels. Mid-presence, it looks like they're about to try and split onto the B site. Coldie in a decent position to try and hold them off. And look at this aggression coming out. They're going to try and stop the player in the B site, and that could completely ruin the split, but they don't.
Now the smoke going down in middle. Cody's going to flash himself through, but he's not committing to it as he is blind. There's Sotvik to get one, but Mir trades out Dima. In the meantime, they do try and take control of the B site. Cody pushes himself through for one, and that will be traded, but still the man advantage in the favour of the CTs, and Hudge, he does come back in with a kill of his own, but the bomb is dropped towards middle. They have the utility to flash this player out through mid. He has to get both of them. He lands a dink, but Davkos gets the kill, and that will be it. 16-14 Spirit. They come back after a first map where they only got 6 rounds, and they take the best of 3 series, with the last 2 maps going 16-14 to them. And not only that, but they qualify for the offline qualifier for the ELEAGUE Major 2017.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a big deal, especially for Team Spirit. I think they're a team that they've been around in the sort of lower tiers, maybe like 2 or 3 for a while, but they haven't actually got the opportunity to go to this sort of level of tournament. Of course, the competitiveness of this qualification for the major is absolutely ridiculous. We've got some of the top level teams at the moment. Dignitas recently winning Epi. We have G2 in the mix as well. Cloud9 should be there, depending on how they do in their minor in America. So some tournament winners going. Now, we've already got Team Spirit. They're going to get to compete at least. But there's still one more team to go through. ALLIN, that's going to take the life out of them, I feel. That is a long series, especially after the first map victory. And to lose 2 maps, 16-14, when you're in the driver's seat, first to 14 rounds. But they are going to be going up against VWS, a best of 1. So it's going to be an interesting matchup. I'm sure we have that coming up shortly. And any closing words before we go to the break?
Well, just to go over that again, for those who didn't watch the previous map, that's twice in a row that ALLIN almost took those 2 maps. They literally took, they should have taken that 2-0 at the beginning in Overpass. They got to 14 rounds and then they just choked it out and got taken down.
They lost to a pistol buy as well. That was the big one.
But yeah, 1v2 as well. I remember Kabakan on the B site, but once again, they fall under the pressure. And
it has to be given both ways. Like, they fall, they make mistakes, but for Team Spirit to come back, it's just really impressive. To keep their mind's sake, because if you go down, like they were winning both the maps as well, and then fall back into that sort of pattern, to come back from a 16-4, that's incredible. Nice little saxophone once again. Let's just cut to the break. You can listen to the sax music instead.
E-gaming bets, online betting for